Hi everybody, I am so excited for today's topic. I have been asked numerous times, how do you find your tribe in retirement? How do you find those people that you want to be like or that are like you? How do you draw those people to you that are going to add to your life and add to your enjoyment? Well, I decided the best way to talk about this subject was to tell you how I found my tribe. I completely relocated to a different state, to a town where I knew zero people, no one. There was no family, there's no friends. Completely started from scratch. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. And I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do it too. So stick with me today. I'm going to give you some examples on how you can find your tribe. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue. And today we're talking about how to find your tribe. And I want to use several examples of how I find my tribe. Like I said, I relocated to where I am now, knowing no one. I am a really positive person and I like being around positive people. One of the things I don't like about some retired people is how negative they are. And you know who these people are, right? They sit around, drink coffee, and all they talk about is, oh, the economy's awful, and oh, this is going to heck, and oh, my hemorrhoids, and seriously, I do not have time for that. I don't have patience for that. I do not want to listen to that crap in my retirement. No, no, no. So, how do you find those positive, uplifting, inspiring people? Now, as many of you know, I'm a writer, so I will, of course, default to writers. But when I see writers who are in retirement age, doing fabulous, positive things, then I absolutely am attracted to that. Let me give you an example. There are a group of writers, and they are almost all of them are over 60, some over 70, and there's one who's over 80 who's in this group. They have come together to do a series of books this summer, and these are 40,000 word books, so relatively short books. And the concept they came up with is these are going to be books that are all about train travel. Back in the heyday of train travel, the 1880s, 1890s, when that was how you got around. And all of these books are going to center around people encountering their romantic interest or going to where they need to go on the train. And it's called the Love Train series. Now, when I heard about this, and one of my longtime friends, Linda Broday, is going to be writing one of these books, and she was telling me about it, and there is something about it that just really attracted me, because this is a group of writers. They're not sitting around talking about Mabel's hemorrhoids, okay? They are figuring out fun things they can do, things that are going to earn them money, ways they can leverage each other's skill sets. I mean, when many of these writers started their careers decades ago, being a self-published author or working with a group of authors of your choosing, that wasn't even a possibility. Absolutely not. But these days it is. Well, they didn't sit around and say, oh, I'm too old to learn something new. Oh, no. They learned it. They learned to do their own graphics, their own layout. They have spent years learning marketing on social media, and they're very good at it. These are longtime authors. They're very good at it. They have embraced all of that, and I love the fact they've all come together to leverage that synergy with one another. And the first book in that series comes out this week. It's called Christina, and the author is Pam Crooks. And I actually approached them and asked them if I could talk about their book series on my YouTube channel. They're not sponsoring this. They're not doing any of that. But I thought, what a fabulous, cool example of people in retirement taking the bull by the horns and really doing something to positively impact their retirement. So here's a little bit about the book Christina that comes out this week. Christina Turcotte remembers her mother being dragged to jail as a child. It was traumatic and frightening and stole the happiness of her childhood. But a secret she's kept all these years could be the answer to her future. As Christina sets out on a journey to go back, she meets Holt Maddock. As a rifleman for the Union Pacific Railroad, Holt is charged with keeping all the passengers safe, but especially the beautiful and intriguing Christina. Holt has been riding the rails for years, but now he's ready to settle down. The bounty for diamonds stole long ago could provide the answer to his future. As Holt and Christina get closer and closer, will stolen diamonds bring them together or tear them apart forever? Christina by Pam Crooks, the first book in the Love Train series, coming March the 31st. With a new book to be released every 2 weeks, these sweet historical romances will warm your heart with their tales of the Love Train. Available now for Kindle with the link below in the description. And that was just something fun that I did for them because I just so love the idea of it. I love the idea of what they're doing. They are my tribe. These are my people. The ones who don't sit back and wait for retirement to bring stuff to them. They go out and they get it. They find it. They learn something new. They don't sit around and talk about people or who's sleeping with who or any of that stuff. They're talking about ideas, concepts, what they might do, who they might help. All those things are part of my tribe. That's what I do. That's what I do on my YouTube channel. That's why I have a YouTube channel. So I can talk about the positive aspects of retirement, how you can help yourself. That is the whole idea. Well, I have another friend, Melissa Unger. She lives right here, not far from where I live. And in fact, Gracie, my little pupper, is over at her house today having a play day with her dog so I could film this video. But Melissa has started a podcast. She decided instead of doing a YouTube channel that she wanted to do a podcast. And here a week or so ago, we were talking about the name of her podcast. And there was something about the name she had at that time that just didn't really reflect who she is. She's an incredible, positive, kind person. And the name of her podcast I didn't think really fit. Well, it's interesting because she took that conversation and altered the way she was doing her podcast. And she did a podcast this week about changing the name of her podcast and why she did that. And I just love the energy of this podcast. And there's a link to it down below if you want to listen to this podcast, because it came directly from this conversation we had. And the thing is, when someone is doing something that they love to do, it resonates. I love what I'm doing. She loves what she's doing. When we sit down over coffee, we're talking about ideas and positive things, and we're not lamenting over life. We're not sitting around waiting for life to take care of us. We're coming up with ideas. She's part of my tribe. As many of you know, I have a longtime friend, Linda Broday. She's a New York Times best-selling author. She writes Westerns. And not long ago, well, actually, it's been a little while, we were having a conversation about her story and the issues she was having with her stories. Because that's what writers do. When we chit-chat, we don't talk about the kids and the grandkids, and we talk about stories. Because that's where our hearts are. We talk about our stories. And in her story, she wanted to reveal certain information, but she didn't want to add another character. So we're bouncing ideas off each other and talk about the options. And out of this conversation came the idea of a parrot. I kid you not. We talked about, hey, you could have this really mouthy parrot that this guy got stuck with. And you could really use this parrot in some funny, unexpected ways. Well, guess what? She did it. We had called that book the Parrot Book forever. But today, the day that this video goes up, is release day for this book. And here it is, The Parrot Book. Actually, its official title is A Man of Legend. I'll put a link down below to that too. But that is part of what we do together as a tribe. We talk about ideas. We talk about things we want to do. We talk about retirement in the most positive ways. And when you are trying to develop or find your tribe, there are several ways that you can go about it to really get the best experience. And the first thing, be you. Be your authentic self. Go do those things that you really want to do. If you want to try mountain biking, let's say you've never done that before, you want to go learn, go do it. If you want to take your kayak out on the lake, go do it. If you want to join a quilting class, go do it. Whatever it is you want to do or that you love to do, that is where you will start to find your tribe. You will find those people who love doing the things you like to do. Let's say you love to play golf. Go play golf. Go do it. Don't sit around and wait to find someone that likes golf and then go play. Get out there as a single person if you are single and do it. Do the things you love to do. Your tribe in retirement are going to be those people who have the same interests as you and who like to do the same activities as you. That is where you start. A lot of my tribe has writers in it because I like to write. If that's you too, join a writers group. Find a critique group. Go to a writers conference. You have the time in retirement to do all of these things. Go do them. If you like to travel, there are groups that will travel together. You can join one and see if you like it or not. You can travel by yourself and then talk about traveling. You will attract other people who love to travel too. And that includes cultivating those relationships. The thing is, especially with my tribe, we're all busy people. We're busy. So you have to actively cultivate, have coffee together every so often, have burgers together every so often. We have to cultivate that time to spend together where we can talk about fun things, where we can talk about ideas and businesses, and because that's what we like to do. That's what our focus is. But you have to cultivate that. One of the fabulous things about embracing that tribe is you have these positive people. I would encourage you, no matter which group you want to be in or which activities you want to enjoy, be around the ones that are positive. Be around the people in that group that are positive. Even if you're mountain biking or whatever, you're going to find that group of people that just wants to complain about everything. Avoid those people. Avoid them. You choose who you want to be around. You choose what you listen to. And a good example is like Melissa's podcast. It is so positive, so uplifting. I would rather listen to that than the news any day. And she's also started coaching other women on how to embrace this positive mindset and move forward with their lives. That's what she's done. And so she started a coaching business, coaching women. And you can hear about that on her podcast as well. But it's one of those things where people in retirement will think, well, I want to do something, but I don't know what it is. Okay, maybe it's gardening. Maybe you want to be a master gardener. Join a gardening club. Join a gardening group. It doesn't have to be a set the world on fire kind of thing. It can just be something you deeply enjoy. That is what makes retirement so wonderful. You don't do things because you have to. You get to do things because you want to. And you want to find the tribe that does those things as well and enjoys them. That will give you an incredible group of people to be around, to share things with, and to enjoy your retirement. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.